Welcome to Recharge with Richardson. 5 minutes of hope and inspiration every Monday and Thursday. And now, here is today's episode.
Hello, Ruber here. Welcome back to another episode of Recharge. I would like to start asking you a question. When was the last time you exercised courage? Do you remember that feeling of satisfaction because you did what it needed to be done, or you said what it needed to be said? Now, on the other hand, we also have those moments when we have not been very courageous, and we know what it feels like. I like to think about a story it was a viral story just a few weeks ago about a 6-year-old boy who courageously stood between a German Shepherd and his little sister. Yes, when he saw this German Shepherd charging to his sister, he jumped and stood in between them both. And as a consequence, the dog attacked him and badly damaged the left side of his face. He was taken to the hospital where they had to do some a great amount of repair, 90 stitches on that little boy's face. And when his father asked him, "Why did you do that?" The simple answer to this 6-year-old boy was, "Well, if someone needed to die, I thought it should have been me." What a simple, selfless answer to the reality of danger. When you think about this story that went viral, many people began to send messages of encouragement. In fact, it is even recorded that many of the superheroes that we know today, the Captain America and the Iron Man characters and the Spider-Man characters called this boy, congratulating him for showing such courageous behavior to save his little sister. Now, we don't get perhaps to do such brave things every day, but in reality, when you think about life in itself, it just takes a lot of courage to do what it needs to be done, to say what it needs to be said. And when you are moving in this planet, you have to make this stand. You have to fill yourself with such a courage. And I will just divide this in 3 simple parts where we need to really be courageous. The number one we already talked about, like the little friend, 6-year-old, his name was Bridger Walker. He stood for someone, and that took courage. So the first thing that we need to be courageous is we need to be ready to do things for other people who are less fortunate, people who are not as quick and fast and strong as perhaps we are at that moment. The second person we need to be courageous to, and I'm going to stay here for a moment, is you. Yes, yourself. You need to be courageous for yourself, your own person. It is well said that the greatest enemy of ourselves is ourselves. And sometimes you have to be willing to confront yourself. You have to be willing to stand between you and you. And when you are about to do things that will damage you as a person, things that will take you down to a path that is unhealthy, a path that will not be very rewarding as far as righteous fruits, you need to say courageously, stop it. And by doing so, we are able to then reap the rewards of being courageous and standing for ourselves and saying things to ourselves and doing things to ourselves that need to be done because no one else will do them for us. And of course, the last person we need to be courageous for is God Himself. God told Joshua, be strong and be courageous, because it takes the realization that God, in a sense, trusts in us. God gives us tasks. God gives us jobs. God gives us roles on this planet. And He expects us for us to fulfill our duties with courage. Now, sometimes the reality is that it's not that easy. However, when I think of this, I found a passage in James that reminds us, or at least tells me, how to look into courage and how to be encouraged to be courageous. James 5:8 says, you too must be patient. Take courage, for the coming of the Lord is near. As you see, the word take courage is right sandwiched between patience and the coming of the Lord. And what that means is that the only way for us to be courageous, we have to be patient. If you let patience run low, you will lose courage. And if you lose focus of the reward, the coming of the Lord is near, you will lose courage. So today, I don't know what your story is and you know what you're facing today. I will encourage you to stand and to perhaps do this little exercise. Go to the mirror, look at you, this wonderful person, this masterpiece created by God. Look at you and say, Ruber, regardless of what you're going through, you must be courageous. Take courage. And you have this simple prayer, Lord, give me patience and allow me to never forget the reward. You are coming. You're coming for me. You're coming for my children, for my family, and you're coming for those whom I love. Let me stand courageously until the very end. May you have a great week until we meet again.
Thank you for joining us for Recharge with Richardson. Don't forget to join us for our next episode, and until then, may God fill you with joy and peace and hope.